Hey guys, it's Emily again. Welcome back to my channel. So the other day I posted on my Instagram story for my followers to ask me some questions and I would film my answers and put them in the YouTube video because I wanted my first video to kind of be like a Q&A so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better and stuff like that. So honestly, I'm not really sure how long the video is going to be because I got 30 questions and I don't know how long I'm going to take to answer each of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and just like start it. Okay, so the first question is, are you still cheering on Great Whites? Yes, I am still cheering on Great Whites. I'm just not physically allowed to cheer right now, but I'm still on the team. Around coming up to 8 weeks ago, I tore my Achilles, and I'll save that story for another video, but yes. The second question is, how did you find out about cheer? My cousin Brienne used to actually be on Great Whites. I've been cheering for 13 years, probably like 14 or 15 years ago, and I tried like a bunch of other sports and I just didn't really like them, so I thought I'd try cheerleading and I ended up loving it. The third question is, are you glad you chose the University of Guelph? So if you didn't watch my first video, I'm a student at the University of Guelph, obviously, and I'm very happy I chose U of G. It was my first choice out of all the schools that I applied to, and it was actually the last school I heard from, so I was super excited to get in, and I love it here so far. Question number 4 is, are you going to vlog Worlds? I'm going to try to vlog Worlds. Worlds is a super busy competition, and sometimes you get caught up in the fun of it and stuff like that, so I'm going to try really hard to remember. I'm sure there's going to be days where I can't get footage because I'm just too busy and stuff like that, but I'm definitely going to try. Question number 5 is, are you going to vlog nationals? This competition I'm for sure going to vlog because it's actually the next competition that we have, and I'm going to try really hard to like stay on top of vlogging and stuff like that to actually get this going. So yes, I'm going to vlog nationals. Question number 6 is, any tips for round off back handspring, back handspring? The best advice that I can give is kind of make sure you get your toes in front of you out of the round off and out of the second handspring so that you have enough power to go back and enough momentum, because if your first handspring's too high, then you won't really be able to do the second one. Question number 7 is, if you never started cheerleading, what do you think you'd be doing now? I really liked track and field in school, so I feel like maybe either that, and one of the only sports that I didn't try was hockey. And I honestly, looking back at it, really wish I had tried it because I feel like I would have really liked it, but who knows? Question number 8 is, any tips for running fulls and standing fulls? For running fulls, make sure that you have your chin down as far as possible and you're not throwing your head back because that'll stop your spinning and you won't really know where you are in the flip. And for standing fulls, really try to get your shin to your forehead and like literally try to kick yourself in the face, but don't like actually do it. But the more of a ball that you're in, the easier it'll be to actually complete the flip and spin and to land. Question 9 is, what residence do you live in? I live in Lennox Addington. Question 10 is, advice for mental blocks. So I actually suffered from a mental block the last bit I was tumbling, and honestly my best advice is to don't do it for anybody else, just do it for yourself. Like, really try to self-motivate and don't really rely on others. I know that sounds pretty bad, but you just got to do it for yourself and just make sure that you are focusing more on finding your love for tumbling instead of doing it because you want to overcome it. Like, if you don't like what you're doing, it's going to be hard to be successful with it, so really try to love it. Question 11 is, what's your favorite part about cheer? My favorite part about cheer, like the actual cheerleading part, is stunting because it's so much fun and I never get nervous at competition for stunting. Like, I just enjoy it so much. And my favorite part about cheerleading, like as a whole, would probably be the friendships that I make. Every year I get new best friends and new memories, and it's just so fun to look back at old times and stuff like that. Question number 12 is, do you have any pets? I do. I have a golden lab named Maggie, and I have a Maine Coon cat named Jasper. Question 13 is, do you have any advice for new cheerleaders? Be really patient. Good things take time, and you're not going to get the skills like that unless you're lucky, because that doesn't usually happen. And just make sure you're having fun with it. Question number 14 is, have you ever tried flying? I flew in a Pretty Lady, my first year cheer actually, and that's about it. Like, I've tried flying at, there's these things called Great White Nights where we basically just do a fundraiser and kids can come hang out with us and stunt with us and tumble and stuff like that. And when I was little, I went to a bunch of Great White Nights because I looked up to the Great Whites so much, and you could fly, so I tried flying, and it was really scary, but I really want to be a flyer. I feel like I'd be kind of good. I don't know. Question number 15 is, do you have a boyfriend? I do. His name is Alec. We've been dating for 16 months now, coming up 17 next week, and I love him very much. Question number 16 is, how old were you when you started cheer? I was 6. Question number 17 is, what's your favorite thing about being a Great White? My favorite thing about being a Great White is the sisterhood and the bond that we have, and honestly, being on Great Whites is something magical. Like, this is nothing like I've ever experienced before on any other team, and I've been cheering for 13 years. And out of the 5 years I've been on Great Whites, like, every year is a new experience, but the same magical feeling and the same heart and love is always still there. Question number 18 is, how do you not land on your hands and knees in a back handspring? Honestly, just keep your arms super straight and push through your shoulders and resist the floor, and that should do it. Question number 19 was, what was your reaction to making Great Whites? I cried, and I literally, like, fell to the floor. I was so excited. Allie calls everyone to let them know what team they made, and, like, all the other coaches do in the gym as well, and when I got the phone call, I was, like, so excited. I never thought in a million years I'd ever make Great Whites, so that was, like, a dream come true. Question number 20 is, how long have you been cheering? I know I already, like, answered this in my answers to previous questions, but I've been cheering for 13 years. Question number 21 is, do you enjoy what you're studying in university? I do. It's actually really interesting. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I'm a psychology major in university, and I want to be a sports psychologist, so I think it's very interesting to kind of learn about people's mental processes and stuff like that, and I think it's kind of ironic considering I did have a mental block, so it'll be kind of cool, hopefully, becoming a sports psychologist and kind of dealing with athletes like that. Question number 22 is dream job, and I kind of answered this in the last question accidentally, but I want to be a sports psychologist. So question number 23 was, what are 3 things you wish you knew about life when you were 14? And when I was 14, I was in grade 9, so I wish that I knew that not everybody has the same heart as you, and that just because you treat someone the way you treat them doesn't mean that they're going to treat you the same way. I wish I realized that you're not always going to have the people you love in your life, that you need to appreciate them a bit more and kind of spend more time with them whenever you can. And I wish I knew that my grades didn't define my intelligence. Question number 24 is, what's your favorite animal? My favorite animal is a wolf. Question number 25 is, if you could relive one moment with Great Whites, what would it be? Definitely our World's 2018 finals performance. That was something magical. Like, backstage, we were all crying. Well, almost all of us were crying because we just had this feeling that we were going to go out there and do it, and it was just so emotional. Like, we were such a close team, and it was just our last performance together as a team that year, so we just put our heart and soul into that performance, and it paid off, and it was just amazing. Like, I was crying in jumps. Like, after we hit our partner son, I knew we had done it, and it was just, I rewatch the video all the time, and I just cry, like, every time. Not even kidding you. Question number 26 is, favorite place you've ever traveled to? I do travel often because of cheer, but I always travel to the same places, so I don't really travel to many different places, but I would have to say Florida, because I love Disney World, and it's really warm. Question number 27 is, how do you balance cheer with university? Honestly, I don't really find it that different than high school in terms of the balancing. You just really have to stay on top of your work and stay on top of your, like, schedule. I don't know why I did that for schedule. And just not procrastinate. Like, I am a huge procrastinator. I think everyone naturally is a little bit, but just as long as you're self-disciplined and stuff like that, you should be okay. Question number 28 is, do you get recognized in public from cheer squad or being on Cheer Sport Sharks? No, I do not. I wasn't really on cheer squad that much. Like, I was in little scenes here and there, but I wasn't, like, a huge part of it. So, no, I don't get recognized for that, and not really for being a shark. Sometimes if I wear Cheer Sport Sharks clothes to, like, some restaurants in Kitchener where I live back home, sometimes, because there's some people that actually cheer at my gym that live in Kitchener or Cambridge, so it's usually just recognized by people that actually go to my gym. And question 29 is, how good does your tumbling have to be on Great Whites? In order to attend our tryout, you must have a jumps to back, standing tumbling to full and running tumbling to full, but that's like the minimum requirement. You have more of a chance at making the team if you have like a standing full or a double or a specialty to double or full, stuff like that, or a one to full. One to fulls are important. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you want. I would like that, please. And leave a comment down below on any other video ideas that you want to see me do in the future, and I'll try my best to do them. Bye!